then welcome and thank you for joining me. I will be taking us through about a 55-minute class, and we'll look forward to just kind of moving our bodies, incorporating our breath with our movement, being one with your body and your breath during the course of the program. If you have any problems with your neck or your back, shoulders, knees, just go ahead and modify however you need to, whatever works best for your body. And just kind of keep in mind that yoga is really about just continuing to move, continuing to breathe, and just allowing yourself the freedom to come to the mat and do what works best for you. You can see we are in the beautiful city of Chicago. We've got some wonderful iconic buildings in the background, and a really beautiful day in comparison to yesterday, unless you love snow and ice. But looking forward to a really great couple of days here in the Midwest of snow and frolicking, sledding, that sort of thing. So I think it's about time. We'll give it maybe 2 minutes or so. And in that time, if you want to come to your mat, we will be starting in child's pose today. And eventually we'll get to down dog. We've got Truly joining us today, my grand dog babysitting or dog sitting today. So let's just take one more minute and we'll go ahead and get started. A couple of the keys that are cues I'll give today will be to breathe in and breathe out through your nose. That will be called Ujjayi breath. So we're breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the nose as much as you possibly can through the process of your class today on the mat. If for whatever reason your mind and body feels like an exhale through the mouth, that is acceptable as well, no problem. Remembering that in yoga, straight legs are not required. We're really just looking for length and movement. Feeling that stretch, feeling that lengthening, that opening. Don't aim for pain, aim for progress. And if you're feeling something a little too deeply, too firmly, back off of it a little bit, come out of that pose a little bit, bend those knees, bend those arms. And if you have any other questions, go ahead and leave them in the chat. And we'll look forward to having a great class today. I'm going to take one moment to take out my earbuds and pop them back in the case to see if that changes. I'm not having an indication on the screen that my microphone is picking up volume. So hopefully that is. Let me turn up the volume on my machine, and well, it doesn't show any difference, so I'm going to keep the earbuds out just in case. I'll speak up a little bit to be sure that you can hear me. And without any further ado, let's go ahead. We'll come down to our mat in child's pose, or Balasana. We'll take our knees to the earth. Bring your toes together and your knees the width of your mat, or just a little wider than hips distance apart. And then sitting back in those heels if you can, and then pressing first the elbows into the earth, finding some movement here, a little bit of space. And then go ahead and take those hands forward, extend them to the top of your mat, and lower your head all the way to the earth if you can. This is a terrific place if you have a block or a pillow or some books. You can tuck that block under your head for support. Another modification, if you want a little bit of additional lengthening, you can take your hands to your block and lower. And as you relax in your child's pose, it's a great place to just take a moment to consider why you've come to the mat today. Maybe set an intention for your practice. Allow yourself to take some nice deep breaths to quiet your mind and quiet your body. And allow yourself the grace to just find the movement that works for you today. So from here, let's go ahead and begin our Ujjayi breaths. So in through the nose, out through the nose, allowing cleansing of the breath and concentration of the mind here. And we will walk our hands over to the right and just find a little bit of lengthening in that left side. Take your head toward the earth if you can, and then pressing into those hands, setting that left hip, that back hip, back down into square if you can. Maybe you take the left hand over the right for a little more length, if that works for you. And we'll inhale, exhaling our hands back to the center. Taking that inhale again here and coming over to the left and finding that same length in the right side of your body. Balasana, or child's pose, is always a place you can come to if you need a little bit of a rest during practice. And you can take it as it feels comfortable for you. So inhale, exhale those hands forward. Wonderful. And now let's take those hands behind us here. Just a little different stretch. And then pressing into the top of your feet, pressing them into the mat. Inhale. Let's exhale all the way up, bringing our hands to the sky. Really lengthening that torso. Pressing the belly button to the spine. And then we'll go ahead and exhale back to the mat for child's pose. And again, inhale. Exhale, hands to the sky, pressing the top of your feet to the mat, squeezing those glutes, squeezing the quads, buttoning up those abs, and exhale to the earth. And let's take that one more time. From child's pose or balasana, inhale, exhale all the way to the sky. Wonderful. From here, let's exhale our right hand down towards our right heel. Maybe take that gaze up to the sky. Relax your shoulders, down your back. And in this space, if you're simply here, that's okay. You just take the expression that works for you. And let's go ahead and inhale. We'll exhale that right arm back up to the sky. And maybe adjust. Feels a little wide for me here. So bringing those legs to a comfortable place. Inhale, long torso. Exhale that left arm back toward the left heel, but only going as far as is comfortable for you. And can you bring that gaze up ahead, your drishti above, eyes to the skies. And one more breath here. You're going to inhale that left arm up to the sky. And let's exhale into cactus arms here. Nice wide opening of our shoulders and our chest. And if it's comfortable, you can take a tiny back bend, but don't overdo it. We're still warming up. Excellent. Let's come back up to the sky, bringing our hands to the earth. And from here, depending on how your knees are feeling, if you need a break, go ahead. Let's maybe hover our knees off the earth for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll go ahead and lower them again. Right leg back. And let's rock back and forth, bringing movement to the ankle, beginning to warm up those legs for the vinyasa flow, where we come up and over our toes, shoulders over our wrists. Right leg up in the sky. And we'll just press here. And then go ahead and take that left hand forward. Readjust here. Excellent. Left hand forward. Press through the fingertips, press through the toes. Feel the mat below the left foot. And can you take your hand to your knee and extend? And that left hand to right knee and extend one more time. Really pressing through that right hand. Nice long torso. And go ahead and place the hand and knee back in position. And then we're going to go ahead and take our left foot back. And we'll rock back and forth, up and over. Shoulders up and over the wrists. Maybe bringing that the toes up and over, feeling the top of your foot on your mat when you come forward. Excellent. Left heel up in the air. Pressing through that left hand. Let's go ahead and extend the right hand forward. And then let's do 3 knee taps. Tapping the knee and extending, pressing through the fingers and heel. And extend one more time. Inhale, exhale together, exhale out. And we'll go ahead and lower here. Wonderful. From here, let's go ahead and take our right foot out, toes on the earth, pressing that left hand under your nose a little bit, and then we'll bring the right hand up into the sky here for just a gentle twist. So you can be pointed, or you can have those toes facing forward, and a nice T. And then take that gaze to the ceiling if you can, or the sky. And we'll go ahead and inhale, exhale back down to the earth. And we'll do all of that on the other side. Taking our left foot out, pressing into that right hand, opening up and extending that left hand to the sky. Maybe taking that right foot out for a little bit of a kickstand here if you need that. And if it is in your practice, anytime you come to the side, you're always welcome to take a side plank. And gazing to the sky, let's exhale back to the earth. Excellent. Tabletop position here. Let's just go ahead and take a cat-cow. Exhaling all of the air out. Cat. Inhaling belly to the earth. Sit bones to the sky for cow. And one more. Exhale for cat. And inhale cow. Wonderful. From here, we're going to tuck our toes and we'll come up into our first down dog. I like to use my blocks. It feels a little bit better during the course of my practice to use blocks for my shoulder and my wrist. So I'm going to tuck those toes and press those heels up in our hips up into the sky, keeping a little bit of a bent knee here. And then just pedal out those feet. Take a little walk. Maybe move those hips back and forth, finding movement, length in all different parts of your legs.
and lower back. Excellent. From here, let's go ahead and we'll look forward and take our hands between our feet between our hands. So looking forward and coming to the top of your mat. I'm a tiny bit limited by my space today. All right, so Uttanasana or forward fold here. Go ahead, I'm sure you're feeling it like I am along the backs of your legs, your glutes and your quads. So let's keep a nice deep bend and then lower our heads, clasping our elbows with our hands. We'll just gently rock to the right and the left, pressing into all four corners of your foot, relaxing your head and your shoulders, and maybe trying to take it a little further right and left each time. And then finding the center, exhaling your hands to the earth. Inhale for a half lift here. So nice long back, nice long lengthened neck. Really send the energy forward through the crown of your head, backward through the sit bones. You can have a little bend in your knee here, and then loop those shoulders up and back. Really nice posture here. All right, and let's exhale, hands to the earth, come back in our plank, and then we'll just gently lower our knees here, and then we'll make our way from here. You're gonna just lower gently and slowly with those elbows really tucked tight to the body. When you're hovered just above the earth, loop those shoulders back and come up into a cobra. Excellent. Pressing into all 10 fingers. And now let's come back up into tabletop position. Tuck those toes, and we'll find a down dog here again. Excellent. Pressing out those feet, looking forward, and step those feet to the front of your mat, taking as much time as you need to get there for Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing into the earth, rising all the way up, hands kissing overhead. And we'll bring our hands to prayer position or Anjali Mudra. Excellent. From here, we're going to go ahead and inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, planting those hands, stepping back for plank. And we'll take our Chaturanga Dandasana. So you might be coming to the knees and lowering down and up to your cobra. Another option would be to come up on those toes and press those shoulders just beyond your elbows. Lower a little bit, flip the feet, and come up into your cobra here. Excellent. And then we'll meet in down dog when you're ready, tucking those toes and coming up. Pressing those heels out. Excellent. And we'll look forward and we'll take our right foot between our hands and lower that left knee for a low lunge or Anjaneyasana. Before we go forward, double check that your knee and your ankle are in line with one another here. And you should have a nice long lunge, okay? So pressing into the feet, pressing into that left knee, really tightening those ribs. Inhale, we'll bring our hands all the way up to the sky. And then let's flow our right hand back and then our left. And now we'll flow both hands back. Excellent. And we'll do that 2 more times. Right hand and our left hand. Beautiful. And now both. One more time, everyone. Right hand and left hand. And both. Excellent. And let's come into cactus arms here. Really nice opening of the chest. Beautiful. Take a nice inhale. Extend those hands to the sky. And let's go ahead and lower them to the earth. We'll tuck those left toes and come up, bringing that right foot back for plank. And send those hips to the side for a down dog. Excellent. From here, we're gonna lift our left leg and bring that leg forward between your hands, lowering that right knee. Just find your position here, making sure the ankle and the knee are in line. A nice lunge, and then when you're ready, we'll inhale our hands up to the sky. And on this time, let's press away and lift. Exhale away, inhale, lift. Exhale away and lift one more time. And exhale away and lift. And open for that cactus. Excellent. Releasing those shoulders down below towards your sit bones. Let's inhale our arms to the sky. Exhale them to the earth, taking that left foot back to plank. And we'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press those hips to the sky. And we'll breathe here for 2 nice Ujjayi breaths. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Not forgetting that a bent knee and downward facing dog is completely acceptable. And then bending those knees, looking forward, hop or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Really finding length in that Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, teacup on your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the sky, hands kissing overhead. Exhale your hands to heart. And we'll just take a moment here, catch our breath, prepare for our Surya Namaskar B. From here, you're going to have your feet hips distance apart so that you can get that chair pose. All right, and from here, we'll go inhale, exhale into a nice deep seat. And then let's go ahead and take a nice deep inhale again and lift those arms to the sky for a chair pose or a fierce chair, sometimes known as the awkward pose. And we'll take 2 more nice deep breaths here. Maybe sitting a little deeper, lifting those arms a little higher, taking your gaze just below your fingertips. Excellent. Let's take a nice inhale. Exhale, up. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, planting your hands and taking your vinyasa flow. So Chaturanga Dandasana of your choice. And we'll meet in down dog. Lifting the right leg, bringing that between your hands. In your best way, leave it, keeping that left knee up. We'll come into a high lunge here. From here, let's take our hands together. We'll take our left elbow to the outside of our right leg and bring this twist. Wonderful. Pressing that back heel like you're pressing into a wall. Feeling all 4 corners of your right foot. And then if you like, you can take your gaze up. You can even open your arms here if that's part of your practice. And remembering to breathe. Excellent. Let's bring our hands back together. We'll come back to the center. And then let's place our right hand on the earth and we'll twist, taking our left hand to the sky. So right hand on the earth, inside or outside of your leg. You can always come to a block here as well. And then just take that left arm up and to the earth, up to the sky. And we'll bring both hands back to the earth. Take that right foot back. Send those hips to the sky for a down dog. And lift that left leg. We'll repeat that on the other side. Left leg between your hands. Inhale. We'll come all the way up. And taking those palms together at heart center. We'll take that right elbow to outside of the left knee. And then find the twist of your choice. And maybe you open up here. Really pressing through that right heel and into that left foot. For 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1. Bring those palms back together. Take that left arm down, inside or outside of your foot, yogi's choice, and take that right hand up for just a moment. And if you can, bring that gaze to that hand. Excellent. And we'll bring our hands back to the earth. Take that left foot back into the plank pose, and we'll hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower those knees. Take your toes together and come back into a child's pose, Balasana, for just a moment. Catching your breath. Settling back into your body, finding that rhythm of breathing. Maybe recalling your intention for being here today. And when you're ready, we'll come back up into our tabletop position here. I'm going to grab my blocks again, pressing your palms into the earth. Tuck those toes and come up into our down dog. Excellent. Looking forward, take our feet in between our hands here. Exhale, deep, deep bend in those knees. Inhale, on the chest. Take those arms up for chair pose, Utkatasana. Excellent. Maybe take your seat a little deeper if you can. Arms a little higher. Possibly bring those pinkies towards one another. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. You've got this. You can do this. And we'll inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Excellent. And let's take our hands to our sides for mountain pose. Wonderful. Let's prepare to do one more Sun B. So from here, let's take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, really deep knees. Inhale, and bringing those arms up and holding here for 3 breaths. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And in. And out. One more time. Excellent. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold to the earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. From here, we're going to go ahead and plant our hands, come back to our plank, and we'll go through your Chaturanga, Dandasana, and we'll meet in Downward Dog. Always feeling free to just come directly to Down Dog or into Child's Pose, taking a break. Lifting the right leg, bringing that between your hands, and rising for High Lunge. And then we're going to go ahead and drop that left leg and open up into Warrior 2. Take those elbows back a little bit if you can. Gaze over that right finger. Bending that right knee nice and deep, and making sure that your knee and your ankle are in line with one another. Excellent. From here, let's inhale, lifting our right palm to the sky. Exhale for Reverse Warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Pressing into that front leg. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Let's exhale back to Warrior 2. We'll take the forearm to the right thigh, the left hand up and over toward the corners of the rooms. And let's just press into our feet, press through our fingers, and enjoy a nice side angle. And then if it's comfortable for you to bring your chin toward the sky, maybe open your chest toward the sky a little bit.
Can you open that chest and chin and welcome, salute the sky. Wonderful. From here, we'll go ahead and exhale back into our Viparita Virabhadrasana or reverse warrior. Wonderful. Inhale. Exhale back into warrior two. Let's go ahead and straighten that right foot or that front leg. Maybe bring those feet a little bit closer. All right. And we'll inhale. Exhale those right fingers forward, taking this right hip back. Okay. And we're going into our Trikonasana or triangle. So from here, we're just going to take our right hand towards the earth, left hand to the sky. And when you're in this position, I like to use my hand pressing against my right leg, my forward leg, front leg, to just give me a little leverage to open up that shoulder a little bit, the left shoulder. And that gaze can come to the sky. Pressing into those feet. Inhale. Exhale back up into triangle. And we'll do reverse triangle. Bringing that right hand to the sky. Wonderful. And then we'll just bring our hands down to the earth. Cartwheel them to the earth. Take that right foot back. Press those hips to the sky for a down dog. And we'll do that on the left side. So lifting the left leg, bringing it up between your hands, taking your own time, never being afraid to use your hand to get it where you want it to be. Ankle and knee are in line with one another. And from here, we're going to go ahead and inhale, rise. And then let's pivot that right foot and open our arms for warrior two. Excellent. This is a great place to just kind of check your positioning. Yogi's choice. I find it most comfortable to have a wide base. One foot in one line, the other foot in a second line. It allows me to, I'm a little wide here, it allows me to really bring those hips forward when I'm doing my warrior ones, right? But it just gives me that confident base when I'm in this wide-legged lunging position. Excellent. Let's inhale our left hand to the sky and take a Viparita Virabhadrasana or reverse warrior, finding a little extra length in that bend in your knee. Eyes to the skies. And let's exhale all the way to our extended side angle. So inhale, exhale, warrior two, all the way through to our extended side angle. Wonderful. We'll hold this here for just a moment. And breathing, relaxing that right, left shoulder. From here, we're going to go ahead and straighten that back leg as we come back into an reverse triangle. Mixing it up a little bit on this side, but we'll still get the work done. So front leg is straight. Left hand is to the sky, taking our gaze to our fingers, our drishti. And then let's go ahead, keeping both legs straight. Extend that right arm out, nice and long into a T here. Reaching forward through that left hand. Really trying to reach for something out in the distance. Sending that left hip backwards. Nice. And from here, let's go ahead and drop the left hand to the earth, right hand to the sky. And maybe use the leverage on that left leg, the back of your hand against the left leg to open up a little further. Pressing through the glutes on the right side, your hamstrings, your calves, and then all four corners of your feet. Maybe give a little smile. There you go. Wonderful. We'll come back one more time into a reverse triangle. Excellent. And then we'll make our way back to the earth.
into our plank, going through your vinyasa flow. So up and over those wrists, lowering the body, inviting those shoulders back, chest toward the sky, and then coming back into downward facing dog. Excellent. And let's take 3 nice, deep, long breaths here, centering our body. Wonderful. And then looking forward, go ahead, walk those hands, those feet towards your hands. Deepen those knees nice and deep. Come into a nice chair here, lifting those arms up to where it's comfortable for you. Again, rolling those pinkies towards one another. Maybe you can lift those hands a little higher. Sit a little deeper. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to our sides. Great work. Okay, excellent. From here, we're going to go ahead and do our Prasarita Padottanasana work. So you'll want to come to the top of your mat. Your feet are going to be shoulders distance apart. Hands on your hips here. All right. From here, we're going to lift our chest, lift our chin, and just step our right foot out to the right and bring those left toes. So everything is facing the long edge of your mat. Hands are on your hips. A couple of options here. So if this is comfortable for you, we're going to go ahead and work from here on this one. If you would like to go further with binds or straps, feel free to take it as you would like to. We'll do this, we'll do 3 rounds of Prasarita Padottanasana, starting with inhaling through the chest, lifting your chin and lowering those shoulders, really extending through that torso. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring your shoulders and your head toward the earth. And I find I tend to lengthen or widen my stance here. Take where it's comfortable. Bring a little bend to those knees. Don't have them locked in. And then go ahead and just let go of your head. It's a great opportunity to allow the blood to flow to the upper part of your body. And when you're ready, pressing into those feet, bending those knees, extending that torso in one vertebrae at a time. Come on back up to a standing position. Slowly loop those shoulders up and back. Nice, and just allow yourself to feel the warmth of the blood rushing through your body. Excellent. The second time we take Prasarita Padottanasana, oftentimes I will include a strap here. So you can take that strap behind your back. If you have a towel, a washcloth, a shirt, whatever it may be, you can use a strap. So holding your strap, you'll press away from each hand and lift those hands up off of the back. The other way to do that is to simply bind your hands behind you and come in the same direction. If it's more comfortable, you can come here. And if none of that works for you, your hands on your hips are absolutely fine. So today I think I'll just take a bind behind my back, pressing my hands nice and deep into my back, taking those shoulders back and down, lifting my hands up off of my waist. And then a nice inhale, and then exhaling forward. And we'll stay here for 3 breaths. And then pressing into those feet, bending those knees. Go ahead, try keep those arms off of your back as you continue to come up nice and tall. And then go ahead and gently release those arms. Let's take a couple of circles with our shoulders here back. And then maybe let's take them forward. Excellent. On this last one, once we reach the earth, we'll do a little bit of a movement left and right. And again, yogi's choice, how far you take it, how deep you go. So last time here, hands to your hips. Inhale that chest, invite that chest and those shoulders to the sky. Maybe your chin comes up as well. Lengthen that torso, pressing into those feet. Take a slight bend in those knees, and then just bending from the waist. Go ahead and take your head and shoulders toward the earth. And again, extending or opening that stance as far as you like. Once you get there, just let that head go. Allow a little bit of a break from your neck and shoulders. And I don't know, but it really feels really good to take a little bit of movement in my legs here, right and left. Kind of like pedaling out our feet in down dog. And then from here, let's go ahead and extend our hands to the earth. And then walk those hands to the right, taking them towards your right toes. Grasping with the ankle if that's in your practice. Just coming as far as it's comfortable for you. Again, remembering to breathe. And we'll take a nice inhale. Exhale our hands to the center of the mat. And then maybe just take a gaze forward and walk your hands forward just a little bit. Staying in control of your body. Sending those sit bones up to the sky. Maybe take a little bend in the knees. Come forward a little more and then press those sit bones back up. And lower that head. And then inhale, walk those hands back to the center. And we'll take a nice deep inhale here again. And exhale toward the left. You might find that one side of your body feels different from the other side. Just kind of give the movement that you need to. For me, I feel like moving this part of my body allows me to find a little more length. And then just take that stretch to where it's comfortable for you. Maybe you're simply toward the left side of your mat, and maybe you're all the way over, grasping your ankle. Yogis, comfort level. One more breath here. And we'll go ahead and inhale. Exhale the hands to the center. And this time, let's just reach toward the back of our mat. Just take your hands back and try to reach for the back of that mat. A nice deep bend in your knees. Reach a little further. And then can you straighten those knees? Just come to where it's comfortable for you. All right, pressing into all four corners of your feet. Let's go ahead, take one hand to the right ankle, one hand toward the left ankle, and let's just gently roll our way up to the top. Nice. Inhale, exhale our hands all the way to the sky. Beautiful. From here, let's heel toe our feet in a little bit if you've got a really nice wide stance. Tuck in that pelvis, and then taking your toes out toward the right and left corners of your mat. Bring a bend to your knees here. Nice deep bend. And then open those arms to goddess.
Excellent. Take a nice inhale, and then we'll exhale our right elbow towards our right thigh. And stay here for the count of 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to the center. Inhale, exhale back to the left, over to the left. Really trying to open that right shoulder. Pressing in those knees, kind of sit a little lower. Inhale, exhale to the center. And let's take that one more time to the right. And inhale, exhale, center. Inhale, exhale to the left. Great. And let's come on back on an exhale to the center. And exhale all the way to the sky. Take another couple of breaths here. And then we'll just heel toe our legs together, our hands to our legs. And good work. All right. Taking a moment here, let's go ahead and come back to the front of our mats. Inhale, hands up to the sky. And let's exhale that right leg back into a warrior one position. So that back right foot is angled toward the top right corner of your mat. Your hands are up in the air. Your hips are turned toward the front of your mat. And then let's go ahead and from here, open up to warrior two. Nice, pressing into that ankle, making sure that the knee and the ankle are, pressing into that knee, making sure your knee and your ankle are in alignment with one another. And let's take our gaze across the left fingertips. Loop those shoulders down towards your sit bones or your buckets. Excellent. Inhale, Viparita Virabhadrasana or reverse warrior. And then as you inhale, let's exhale back up to warrior two. But let's not stop there. Bring your feet in. Bring that left foot, that right foot in a little bit. And then come around and can you find warrior three? Now you see I'm near a wall. If you're by a wall or you're by a chair, don't hesitate to take hold of it. And if you don't feel like you're in the right form, drop out of it, fix what needs fixing, and come back to it. So your arms can be in prayer, or your arms can be out. They can even be, if you fall out, come back to it. They can even be overhead. All right, and then gently, not so good here. Take our foot back in, back behind us, back to warrior two. Excellent, reverse warrior. And then from here, we'll just take our hands to the earth. One more plank. We'll press through this plank and we'll hold this for 3, 2, and 1. Lift that hip to the sky. Looking forward, let's go ahead and bring our feet up to the top of our mat. And standing nice and tall, mountain pose. Excellent. We'll go ahead, hands on our hips. We'll take that right foot out again. And then we'll take it on the other side. So turning your right toes out, finding that nice pyramid or balance, won't come to me for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and bring that front knee down nice and deep and open up for our warrior two. Excellent. Taking your drishti or your gaze over those right fingertips. Inhale that right palm. Exhale back for reverse warrior. Taking that gaze to the fingertips. Excellent. And then let's come forward and find our warrior three. So coming back around through with our arms, bringing our hands to our chests. And lifting that leg.
toes to the ground. Nice shoulders back. And then go ahead and gently bring that foot back, opening to warrior two. One more reverse warrior. Exhale back to warrior two. We'll bring our feet to the center, heel toe, and let's stay in this position and we'll work on our tree. And I am just, from here, gonna press our weight into our right foot. Really knit those ribs in, shoulders back, getting ready. You want your gaze to be just beyond the horizon, chin up just a little bit. From here, you can take your left foot, really squeezing those quads and glutes, pressing into all four corners of that foot. And I like to take my hands into a T here. So if this is your tree, left knee towards the left side, this is a perfect tree. Okay? You can also come, here to your calf. And then if you've got a block, you can always come up to a block. And then if it's in your practice, and if it works for you, every day is different, pressing that left foot in. Unfortunately, my choice of outfit is not going to work for me today, a little too slippery. So I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to just appreciate this tree, because every tree is different. And then maybe lifting those hands to the sky. And if you've got it in you, can you take that tree and let it blow in the wind? Excellent. Inhale your arms nice and long. And let's go ahead and exhale those arms down and bringing that left leg back next to the right one. And then shake that out a little bit. We'll do that on the other side. So knowing what I have coming for me, I'm just going to resign myself to using that block and enjoy today's tree as it comes. All right, so pressing that weight into the left leg. Left leg is the trunk of your tree. Tightening those quads and glutes, really knitting in those abs. You're going to go ahead and take that right knee out to the side to wherever it's comfortable for you. So maybe your toe is on the earth, or maybe you're coming to your calf. Possibly you're all the way up into the full tree. And like me today, I'm taking it to my block. My arms are extended nice and long, and my gaze is just above the horizon. And bringing those arms up and overhead, pressing into that left foot, pressing, pressing, pressing. And then can you blow in the wind? Wonderful. Beautiful, lengthening all the way up, and then gently lowering all the way to the earth. Great. All right. And then we'll go ahead and we will do our eagle pose. I like to set up with a block just outside of the outer foot. I don't have a full eagle. I'm not able to do the whole twist of my leg over the other, which is a part of the pose, but it isn't required. Your eagle, you can stay right here in this position, legs on the earth. Maybe they're hips distance apart for that extra balance. I like to practice it with the block or books or something just on the outside of my left foot or my balancing foot. And I take those right toes over to that block. And I can find as much backward twist as I want to with that block, right? And then our arms are going to come out to the side, and we are going to do opposites. So our right leg is forward here in the eagle. We're going to take our left arm and wrap it forward. So taking that left arm under the right arm, you can come bringing the back of your hands together, or if it's comfortable for you, you can bring hands to palm or palms together. Really tuck in that abdomen, press into that left foot. Inhale, and then exhale those arms all the way up toward the sky.
pressing through those elbows, finding that nice lengthening in the back. And then maybe bring your gaze up to the top of your fingertips. And we'll take 2 breaths here. Embrace the shake. And on an inhale, exhale those arms a little higher. Beautiful. And then gently coming out of that the best you can. And then if you're using the block, you can go ahead and bring that block to the other side. You can always also just have those toes on the earth. That works also. And if you've got it, go ahead and wrap that leg all the way around. But my legs just don't do that. So I am a block fan. So taking my right foot to the block, taking my left foot over the right, and finding that block. And then because I've got my left foot forward, I'm going to take my right arm forward. So arms out, bring that right arm under the left arm, touching the backs of the hands or wrapping all the way around. Inhale, exhale those elbows to the sky, tucking that belly button to the spine, pressing into all 4 corners of that right foot, engaging the quads and the glutes and the abs, and then maybe taking your gaze toward the fingertips. And 2 breaths here. And inhale, exhale those arms a little higher, really pressing through that foot. And then gently release arms and foot back to the earth and just shake all that out. Excellent. Just take a minute. Let's bring our shoulders back. And we'll bring them forward. Wonderful. Let's make our way to the earth for some of our lengthening on the earth. So from here, let's just go ahead and let's not even take it fancy today. Let's go ahead and meet in a seated position. So coming to the earth, finding the seated position of your choice. So oftentimes, oddly enough, this is called easy pose. For a lot of people, it isn't easy. I've been doing yoga for a couple of years now, and I don't necessarily find this easy, especially the first time I come to it. So a fix for me would be to put a block or a blanket or a pillow up underneath, and that lifts my hips higher than my knees, or in line with or above my knees, and it just allows me a little bit more comfort. So feel free to try that at home if that's something that you think might help you feel more comfortable in this position. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to lift our hands to the sky. So inhale all the way up to the sky. And then you're going to take your left hand to your right knee and take that right hand behind you and press into those right fingertips of that right palm, pressing away with that left hand. Exhale back toward the back of the room, or taking your gaze, your drishti, over that right shoulder. Now in this position, I want you to find your knees relaxing. Allow your torso to engage but not be totally working. Relax a bit. And then inhale a nice long torso. Exhale, find a little more twist. And let's try that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, can you find a little more space? And one last time. Inhale. And then exhale, nice and long. Taking a nice inhale, bringing those hands up overhead, kissing above. And we'll exhale those hands to the earth. Now, if you're up on a block or you're on a blanket or a pillow, this might feel a little intimidating. So just walk out your hands as far as you're comfortable. Kind of like we did in our wide-legged fold, pressing those hands into the earth, letting your neck go. And then inhale, exhale, taking your fingers a little bit further forward. And one more time, inhale, exhale, forward.
Take that chin to the right shoulder. And let's bring that chin to the left shoulder. And back to center. Inhale, exhale all the way up. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and inhale our arms to the sky. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, long, tall torso. Exhale, taking that gaze over the left shoulder. And then if your hand is on that knee, you can always bring it over to the outside of your thigh. You can even turn that hand and open that hand and use that as leverage to find a little more length, a little more depth in that twist. So taking a nice deep, tall bodied inhale. Exhale for length or a further twist. Relaxing the thighs. Relax those shoulders. Inhale and exhale nice and deep. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and inhale our hands to the sky. And here we'll go ahead and open those into cactus arms one last time. Really engaging the abs here, holding that body nice and tall. And then let's press our arms out as though you're holding a ball. Tuck that head down. Imagine cat pose. And now let's do a cow. Open those arms up, arching that back, sending those shoulders back. And exhale for cat. And inhale, arching that back, opening those shoulders and across the chest. One more time. Exhale. And inhale. Wonderful. If you're up on a block, we're going to come off of that block now and we'll come to the earth. So gently lowering our hands to the earth. Just find yourself in a seated position along the long side of your mat. Your feet are facing one end and your back is facing the other. From here, we're going to take Navasana or boat pose. So taking our hands under our thighs here, you're going to press those elbows really tight to the side of your waist. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, bringing those feet up as far as it's comfortable. All right, tabletop is great. If you're comfortable staying here and just lifting one foot at a time for a little bit of balance, you can be very comfortable that is exactly where you should be today, okay? If you're comfortable being in tabletop position, go ahead and take that. And then maybe you go the extra distance and extend those hands. And we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking those thighs and gently lowering the feet to the earth. Maybe just take a little movement in the sit bones here. Turn your neck a bit. And let's do that 2 more times. Go ahead and take it at your own pace, in your own way. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll do that one more time. Great option here is to place a block behind your back to give you a little bit of stability. If you've got a blanket or a pillow, you can do that, or a bolster, whatever works for you. And let's take our last Navasana, or boat pose, remembering to hug with those elbows, flexing those feet if you can, and then maybe letting go for a count. And we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Good job. Let's come down into our bound Baddha Konasana, so butterfly. Soles of the feet are together. Knees are nice and wide. And then you can take your hands under your toes if that's comfortable for you, or you can keep them at your ankles. And it really doesn't matter how close your feet are to your body here. If you've got it and you're here and your knees are all the way down to the earth and your nose can touch your toes, awesome. If your feet are here and your hands are on your ankles or on your calves, maybe on your knees, and this is where you are today, this is absolutely perfect, okay? Just accept yourself where you are on the mat. Don't worry about what other people can or can't do. So from here, taking the bound pose of your choice, we'll just extend our torso nice and long and come forward where it's comfortable for us. Remembering to kind of keep that chin forward a little bit. You don't want to slump in. You want to keep that nice long torso. And I tend to start in one space and then work my way into different spaces depending on how I'm feeling each day. And then keeping a nice long torso, maybe just lower that head for one moment, taking a yes and a no. Engaging that belly button to the spine. Inhale, and then exhale, can you go a tiny bit deeper, only to where it's comfortable. And send that light, send the breath into those areas that need it. And then we'll take a nice deep inhale, and then using the energy of the exhale, gently rolling our way up. We'll go ahead and extend those legs nice and long. And from here, we're gonna come to our backs. Doing it nice and safely. So holding under your thighs if that's comfortable. You can always come to your side and make your way down in case you've got any back issues or neck issues. Bring those knees all the way to your chest. How truly. And then let's send those feet all the way to the sky. And if it's comfortable, you can go ahead and lift that head toward the knees. And just find whatever length is best for you. Bent knees here. Absolutely okay. All right, so maybe they're here. Whatever works for you. We all are different. Everybody's body is different. And then let's go ahead. We'll bend those knees, bring those knees towards our chest. Lower your head if you've lifted it. And let's take our knees over to the left. Excellent. Now open those arms in a T position here, if you have the space to do it. And then we'll take our gaze in the opposite direction of our knees. I'm going to take mine to the city. Maybe shuffle those shoulders so they're underneath you a bit more. This is a great place if you need it. It's an awesome spot for a block here. And you can even, if your legs are here, go ahead and bring that block underneath and support it. And then taking a nice deep inhale, let's exhale those knees all the way over to the other side. Adjusting my spot. And then take your gaze in the opposite direction. And then if you used it on the right side, or on the left side, I should say, bring that block over and use it on the other side. We want to try to always find balance. What we do on one side, we do on the other. And then take your gaze over towards your fingers if you can, your left hand, or opposite direction. And relax your shoulders and your chest, your abdomen and your legs. Nice deep breath here. Inhale, bring those knees back to the center. And let's just go ahead and lengthen that left leg, holding on to that right leg. And bring that knee to your chest. Excellent. And we'll go ahead, bring that left leg in, and let's change. Hold that left leg, extend the right. From here, bend that right leg. Place the left ankle on the fatty part of just below your thigh. Just below your knee. We don't want to extend this knee this way. We want to really support it nicely. And this is our figure 4. If we were on the floor face down, it would be our pigeon pose. We would take pigeon pose. But I find this is a little bit easier on most people. And then if it's comfortable for you, you can press into that left knee, opening those hips up a bit. Just finding a little bit more. And if you want a little bit more work, you can bring that right leg up, thread those hands through, take that elbow and press that left knee down, and then maybe flex the feet and bring some movement to the feet, one way and the other. And I love to straighten that upper leg and then really press the knee towards my nose. Excellent. And we'll go ahead and we'll lower the right foot to the earth. And let's take this on the other side. Left foot on the earth, right ankle on the left thigh just below the knee. And then pressing into that right thigh if you're comfortable. Opening up those hips a little bit more. Excellent. Going a few minutes beyond, sorry. And again, if it's in your practice, if it works for your body, bring that left foot up, thread those arms through, and press that right arm against that right thigh. And then if you like, you can find a little bit more extension by pressing that foot straight and bringing it towards your knee. Excellent. Go ahead and lower the left foot to the earth. Take the right foot to the earth. Both of your feet are going to be about the width of your mat. And let's just windshield wiper those legs. Nice. One more time on each side. Our last move, we'll go ahead and take a bridge or Setu Bandhasana, Pressing those feet into the earth. Elbows, shoulders, and hands. Let's gently tilt our pelvis toward our belly button. Inhale. Exhale the hips to the sky. Really pressing the palms into the earth, the feet into the earth. Press the world away. Press, press, press. And let's go ahead, one vertebrae at a time, gently lowering our bodies. And we'll take that one more time. Reassessing your hands and your feet, pressing into the earth. Tilting that pelvis, lifting those hips, nice and tall. Maybe you can find a bind of your hands and clasping your hands underneath is comfortable. And then maybe take those pointers and press them to your heel. Press, press, press. Lift those hips a little higher. Embrace the shape. And we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let go of those hands. Lower your hips. Oof, that feels good. Let's bring our knees into our chest for just a second. And then we'll take our legs nice and long. And just find a comfortable position here for Shavasana. Shavasana is known as corpse pose of the depth of our yoga practice, finding gratitude within for the work that you did on the mat today, for inviting the breath as you did, allowing the mindfulness, all together bringing wellness to our mind and body. Relax your shoulders to the earth and your chest. Release your abs. Let go of those hips. Release the quads. Loosen your knees and your calves. And just allow your feet to fall open as they will. Lastly, let's just fully relax our jaw and our throat, the neck, the shoulders. Imagine your eyeballs just falling back into their sockets. Release any stress in your forehead, feeling your scalp just loosen and fall away. Allow your breath to come back to its normal rhythm, reminding yourself of all of these cues of relaxation as we just take a moment here to rest. And because you're at home or at work or wherever you may be, you can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. If you are ready to be finished, go ahead and bring yourself to your side, bringing your knees up towards your chest, maybe using your hands for a pillow. And just find a moment of rest here. And then trying to keep your eyes closed, trusting your body that it knows where it's going. With your right hand, press into the floor and lift your body up into a seated position of your choice. And if you're coming to cross-legged, maybe come to the cross-legged position that's different from the one you normally choose. Opening our palms to the sky, taking our shoulders back, taking just a moment to lower that chin a little bit. 2 nice deep inhales and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. As you go through your day today, remember the calm and the peace that you felt on the mat today. Close your eyes and take a few breaths and come back to this place. Be grateful to yourself. Show yourself self-love for having chosen movement today. And then maybe go into the world and share some of that love with others, offering kindness and compassion, helping people to feel worthy and appreciated. I appreciate you moving with me today, allowing me to guide you. Bringing our hands together at our hearts, I say to you, Namaste.